Next we have Jim Brayman. He's going to talk a little bit about Occupy Raleigh and the negative impact that corporations are having on our lives.
All right. Occupy Raleigh. Yeah! We're kind of preaching to the choir a little bit here today. And a few curious folks walking by, looking to see if there's any dirty hippies out here. Well, I want to say welcome to everyone here, from a dirty hippie to Occupy Raleigh and the Progressive Fair. Woo-hoo! So, we are kind of preaching to the choir a little bit. That's okay. The choir needs preaching once in a while, right? How many of you have seen this booklet? It's the Declaration of the Occupation of New York City. It's a really nice pamphlet. They've been going around. Don't have any extras, but this is what I'm going to read to you today. They put together a statement that really represents why the Occupy movement got started and why this progressive fair came together. It came together because we were sick and tired and didn't want to take any more of the corporate plutocracy that has colluded to dominate this world and this country. We, the people, acknowledge the reality that the future of the human race requires cooperation of its members, that our system must protect our rights, and upon corruption of that system, it is up to individuals to protect their own rights and those of their neighbors, that a democratic government derives its just power from the people, not from corporations, which exploit the people and the earth, and that no true democracy is attainable when the process is determined by economic power. We come to you at a time when banks, corporations, and governments have become a plutocracy which places profit over people, self-interest over justice, and oppression over equality. We have peaceably assembled here, as is our right, to let these facts be known. They have taken our houses through illegal foreclosure processes, despite not having the original mortgage. They have taken bailouts from taxpayers with impunity and continue to give executives exorbitant bonuses. Boo! By the way, feel free to do the jazz fingers and the down fingers here on any of these points. We've got about 20 of them here. They have influenced the courts to achieve the same rights as people with none of the culpability or responsibility. They control the media and use it to misinform and manipulate the public. Boo-hoo! They continue to block alternative forms of energy to keep us dependent on oil. They perpetuate inequality and discrimination in the workplace based on age, the color of one's skin, sex, gender identity, and sexual orientation, have continuously sought to strip employees of the right to negotiate for better pay and safer working conditions. They have donated large sums of money to politicians and public institutions who are responsible for regulating them. Fox watching the hen house. They have poisoned the food supply through irresponsible practices and undermined the farming system through monopolization. I'm going to digress. In 1961, on the day that Dwight Eisenhower gave the presidency over to John F. Kennedy, he gave a departing address in which he spent approximately 20 minutes warning this country of the military-industrial complex and the agricultural-industrial complex. Those two complexes, those corporate-based plutocracies, are responsible for countless wrongs in this country. The chronic health conditions that we suffer, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, are largely because we have lost our small farms, which would have given organic produce, organic foods. We have processed food because, well, corporations apparently have enough money to influence laws to make that possible, to run the small farmers out of business. Just thought that needed some noting. That Eisenhower knew this stuff back in 1961. Okay, continue the negativity here. They, meaning the plutocracy, continually appoint bankers to the top economic posts, ensuring that the government's economic policy reflects the interests of the plutocracy and not those of the people. They have instituted unconstitutional measures such as Citizens United. How about that name, Citizens United? It's Corporations United is what happened. The corporations united to call themselves citizens. But citizens are citizens and corporations are corporations. They have instituted unconstitutional measures to strip us of our rights, giving a vast public and private security apparatus unprecedented access to our private lives. They have squandered our public treasure, over half of federal discretionary spending, over half of all your taxes, over half of all federal discretionary spending goes into the military and security state, while waging immoral and illegal wars opposed by the majority of the people of the United States and the world. What is up with that? And they have wasted trillions of dollars on these wars. Much of it spent on contracts outsourced to private mercenary corporations directly affiliated with members of government. We are living in a corrupt world. The corporations have taken over the laws. Read the back of my shirt. This is the problem. Corporations purchase political campaigns, therefore, what?
Corporations control the economy.
The corporations run the country. They buy the campaigns, they run the country. That is why we need this group today. And we need larger groups. I want to see us come together in 12, 18, 24 months and plan the biggest festival that happens in this city of Raleigh, or at least a really good one, where we can bring people in. Instead of having casual spectators and preaching to the choir, we can have a massive turnout where people can wake up, find out what politics is all about. Wake up! Find out what politics is all about! The last part of this little statement from Wall Street says, we have been complicit with our own consumption. It's like we've been consumed, right? We've been complicit by not waking up and not finding out. I was one of those. Like everything's going good for me. I have to work myself up into this rage. And you know how I do it? I love the truth. I love exposing lies in myself to start with. Whatever it is, I want to live in the light. I'm a conservative. Wrap it up, she says. So we get complicit. We're not going to be complicit anymore. You know that phrase, we the people, I looked up on the internet, and it's actually only in the Gettysburg Address where it says, by the people, for the people, and of the people. It was the last part of the address where he said that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. Thank you very much.
Definitely needed to be said. So we're going to now introduce Michael from the Labor.
Steps off the train, corner of the stone, golden blows down the road, tears well in his eyes, locomotive tears down, pathway scarred, quiet desperation, people's faces on just a half mile from Einstein rose in dreams are not too long. Time is
play the song next that I wrote for the Occupy movement. Oh, we are the 99%. This is the real deal.
They can take our money, they can take our, they can steal the future, mortgage us, occupy the politicians' love, buy the truth. There's a rising on Wall Street. I am you and you are me. We are the 99%. Right side lost. It's hard to say where it went wrong. Decades before the earth is solid. Through the banksters and the wall. No, I just can't take it anymore. But there's a rising on Wall Street. I am you and you are me. We are the 99%. Right side lost.
So we need to get together and do the right things. See, we billionaires are, in fact, the few, the proud, the plutocracy. And as you all know, greed is good. We need to have a right to it.
Constitutional amendment for it.
And don't forget, corporations. Corporations are people too, you know. We've established that one.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
And you see, actually, it's, we ought to speak up, because it's our government. We bought it fair and square. We're billionaires for wealth care. Yes, indeed. Now, if you'd like to join the organization that my grandnephew is starting, he's a wonderful, wonderful young fellow. Richer than you. We're going to do wonderful things. We're going to be marching, and we're going to go to the legislators, and we're going to insist that they reinstate debtors' prison, and other kinds of things that are very important to us billionaires, or future billionaires, see, because anybody can be one. That's the joy of America. So I have a sign-up sheet here if you want to participate. Just pass that around, would you please? Now before I go, I just want to say one final thank you very much to the people of North Carolina. You had this wonderful election on May 8th, and it was the pivotal moment in the elections. You see, because immediately following that election, the Democratic presidential candidate announced that he was on one particular side of that issue. See, now that's exactly what we needed. We need to have a commanding issue that can divide the two parties in a duopoly so that the voters feel like they have a choice. So it's wonderful, very wonderful, that you played your part in the latest episode in our marvelous divide and conquer strategy. You can go to the polls and vote for either candidate on the basis of that issue, and no matter who you vote for, of course, the billionaires will get all the money. I'm sure that you know that already, but I just wanted to remind you. Well, thank you very much. Like I say, it's been a wonderful day, and my sign-up sheet is right here. Please come and see me immediately after the program. My name is Rob R. Barron. Thank you.
Hey, anybody thinks George Carlin came back?
I can give you some stickers too. Just give them to anybody that'll put them out on the card. No, and so he actually hasn't seen tonight. Nobody say though,
I'm going to get that music today. We can play that on the app.
Because sometimes I get really excited and I eat one, I'll get another one, and then like halfway through.
Okay.
You're like, this is a bad choice.
Exactly.
I made up that.
I made terrible decisions.
I regret this immediately.
Fuck. Hey, how's it going? How are you?
How you doing? Hey, how are you?
Good job.
Hey, Candace, are you going to join that group?
I would like to.
I figured you would. I saw you there. I was like, Candace. Yeah, me and Heather were like, I bet Candace wants to join that
I
group.
asked her and she said, I
don't
said,
know
how
what-
old do you have to be? And she says, you have to be of a certain age. And I said, am I of a certain age? She said, nice.
Nice.
So I thought that'd be fun.
I said, there we go.
Good sanitation.
I'm handing out flyers.
Hello, Taylor. How are you?
Just fine, thanks.
That's adorable son you have.
My friend's son.
Are you wanting to leave now?
No, I'm waiting
An hour
for
and a
somebody to...
half. It'll be fine if you leave.
Yeah, well, I've been waiting for them to call me about my car. I'm having a trailer.
You're sitting in the sun. You probably... Where is your car? Because it's over there, but it said it was also in the weekend on the side of the road.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I actually parallel park. I'm from Florida. We don't learn how to parallel. You're picking up new skills every day, Heather. It's amazing.
So much wet. Yeah.
Well, I drove in and then fast traveled.
Like I said, I was going to try to...
There was 2 spaces.
So you didn't do the high tech?
Right. Well, no, that's what you
No, I'll find a parking space. All right.
Yeah, this is really good.
Is this going online?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. The county commissioners already, they came out with a resounding F about 6 months ago.
Well, even people that don't, can't stand Occupy agree with this one.
No, this one has universal.
Yeah, I mean, when I
You got
had
a
our
card
drum out,
if you can get past the name calling
they at the end of the day they'll agree with you on this right here.
Yeah,
this
well, I mean, well, the original team
I'm always amazed
very
that,
anti-establishment.
that the
But when I posted, you know, when they covered the Drum Out Citizens United thing we had, that was like the one time where you saw the comments and it was like, oh, they did something I actually agree with, and I really couldn't say.